Hello there, and welcome to your general weekly reading for the week beginning September 24th, 2018. This week I am using the Everyday Witch Tarot cards by Deborah Blake. And of course, intuiting any additional information that's coming in from the guides and from the universe so that we can have the absolute best understanding on the beautiful things to come this week. How are you doing? I hope that you're enjoying your September so far. Aren't we always just entrenched in a bunch of really interesting energy? It is, of course, an interesting time right now. We had a lot of interesting things happen last week energetic-wise, and it felt like a lot of people were not really having the most mentally strong week last week. So things slipping the mind, people having a hard time focusing. If you found yourself struggling a little bit with the day-to-day or your job, or having a clear head or coming to the right words, that was the type of week that a lot of others had, and that was just kind of the universal influence. And of course, the universe brings us these kinds of experiences so that we can grow and learn from them. And this week I am feeling as though that is carrying on a little bit. That it kind of feels like things are going to be a little bit harder than they need to be. So they're going to seem that they're harder than they actually have to be. So you might feel easily frustrated. You might have to do things a couple times to get it right. It might take you a little longer to come to the right solution. And when it comes to you, it'll seem super obvious. So when these kinds of things are happening, of course, as I said, it is an opportunity for you to learn, but it is such also a huge part of clearing. And so when we're having these little brain fart moments, that is when your brain is almost resetting itself. When you have a lot of stuff clearing, your conscious brain kind of slows down a little bit and kind of takes a back seat because you just are kind of overloaded. And so you on a human level can't really understand what's going on. You can't comprehend it. So you just kind of, your subconscious is just kind of like, all right, consciousness, just take a little break. I got this. I'm just clearing all of this stuff. So as a result, we feel a little bit brain fogged, a little bit fatigued, and kind of a little stupid, dare I say it. So if you do find this week that you are having a bit of a challenging week ahead, don't fret. It's not you. It's just all of the other stuff going on, and it could just be a lot of stuff clearing. So whatever you're doing, just keep up the good work. And of course, nurture yourself in whatever way you have to make you feel supported and nurtured and loved. I have to say also that my back right now is killing me. So if you find that this week flares up some sort of discomfort for you, in either a previous injury or problem area that you have in your body, or you do find that it is actually your back and your spine, that also I am feeling like there's a bit of karma there that we're just going to be playing out this week. Could also be the pressure that's making these things kind of flare up, pressure from the universal energies, or even the temperature, pressure changes, all of that kind of the science stuff. However, what it could be also your spine. I'm feeling like a strain on the spine. I'm sorry, I have to readjust. So there is a main entry point that is your spine, and it is a vulnerable part of your body. This is a really important part of your body. If you break it, you're kind of screwed. The spinal fluid and everything that aligns in that way, and not to mention your energetic body all aligns on your spine. So that's where all of your chakras are coming to a big head, is on your spine. So your spine is such a crucial part of your existence and in your human experience. So it is a very powerful but very vulnerable spot. And so a lot of energetic energies or entities like to come and attach at the spine, because it is an entry point into your energy, and it is pretty vulnerable and open. So if you are finding that is your spine in particular, just imagine you know, even in the shower, you can pretend that you're bathing in a shower of light, or you can even imagine some light coming down the spine and just clearing out anything that doesn't belong there. What I really like doing is imagining that my spine is made out of a certain type of crystal, or you can even make it of any material if you like steel or something, whatever is powerful and protective for you that you can use as your protective shield. So I always say when I'm making my little energy bubble in the morning that I have a black tourmaline spine, and that helps to keep more things out. Okay, yeah, this energy this week is really interesting. So let's just get into the cards. We already had one wanted to come out. Okay. They didn't come out in any particular order today. It was very interesting. Okay, so for the theme of this week, we have the Eight of Swords. And so the Eight of Swords is about feeling trapped, feeling hopeless, and a lack, like losing trust, so kind of being betrayed as well. So if this is you this week, know that you can help yourself. Sometimes part of helping yourself is just kind of feeling the pain for a little bit and just giving yourself a little bit of time before you figure things out. So she's really not trapped. It's an illusion. The swords, of course, she can walk right through them. And also you can't really see it, but the binds on her wrists aren't super tight. So she just has to wiggle a little bit or lift up and just lift the blindfold off of her, and she can see that there's an easy way out. In this, what they're saying with this is that being trapped is an illusion. So, you know, if somebody told you, if somebody told you don't step over that line because there is an electric or an invisible barrier that will shock you, or whatever. There is an invisible line, but once you step over it, it's going to shock you because it's a fence. It's an electronic fence, so the animals don't get out. So you feel trapped, you know, we'll say on the inside of the field, right? So you don't actually know for sure if what that person is saying is true or not, but you are believing them. And so you by them telling you that something is happening, it now becomes a fear of yours because it wasn't something that you were thinking about before. Before they told you that there was this really intense, you know what, actually a better example of this would be like a minefield. So if you're walking down the street somewhere or in a field somewhere, and this is very real, I know, for a lot of people, but so if you're walking in a field somewhere and somebody just stops you and says that there's a mine right in front of your foot, you are just going to take their word for it and not move. And then if they tell you that there's a mine right to your right foot and to your left foot and also behind you, so you're literally stuck on this spot. Somehow you got to this place, you stepped over the mines, but now that you know that they're there, you are terrified to step. You don't know for sure if they're actually there or not. You're just going off of the words of someone else, and you're putting your trust and faith into this person so that you don't step off and blow up, because the small chance that there actually is a mine underneath your feet or right in front of you is enough for you to not want to move. So somebody is in your life. For most of you, just watch out for this week. But for some of you, this is like a direct situation that is happening. For some of you out there, there is someone in your life who is making you feel trapped by just making you believe that you are, if that makes sense. So you're not physically trapped. They don't actually have any power over you. They don't actually have all of the information there, but they can basically tell you whatever they need to make you feel trapped. And sometimes it's completely innocent. They could be not trying to do this on purpose, but this is a call this week to look out for that in your life, and where you are feeling like you're stuck in the middle of a little mind circle and not actually knowing if that person is telling you the truth or not, but being afraid to step forward in case they are. And it feels like in this case that taking that step out of your entrapment is almost too big of a risk on the sole chance that that person is right. But it's a very, very, very small chance. So watch out for that this week and every week, really, as you go forward. But this week is going to become very apparent for you that you are feeling trapped and that you, in some way, and that it is an illusion. You're not actually trapped there. You're not actually stuck. So this can be any type of situation. So just keep your mind open to that and in whatever way that wants to manifest for you. Sorry, that was a really bizarre way of explaining that, but I'm still dealing with those mental issues, like the not having, I have a lot of brain fog this week. I've been really stupid this week, and I that is not being dramatic. I've been very aloof this week. So anyways. Okay, so the Three of Cups on Monday, Tuesday. So the Three of Cups is a celebration card. This is a card that says everything is actually okay. And in combination with what we just discussed about you feeling trapped, coming to the realization that you're not can be easily found when you celebrate. Hang out with friends on Monday, Tuesday. You're going to really feel like socializing. So get out, do something fun. Go have some wine with some really good people and just let loose a little bit and talk about whatever's going on in your life and just be open to their loving assistance. So yeah, this is just a call. This is just a reminder that everything is good. You are on the right track. You are a good person. You deserve good things. And it's time for a little bit of celebration. Okay, so middle of the week, we have Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles, when we see fours, we think of foundation. We think of strength. We think of stability. So this is a card that asks you to look at your financial foundation. How are you with money? Are you spending too much? Are you spending too little? Do you need to maybe make some tweaks? Do you have a nice solid financial foundation for the endeavors that you would like to take on? Are there some things that you're perhaps being too frivolous about? Just everything in the financial world. So in the middle of the week, that's going to encourage you to look at those types of activities in your life. Yeah, and try not to get too down on yourself by your past financial decisions. There's always room for change. There's always room for improvement. If you are spending too much than that you have, that's great. That is totally fine. But there's always an opportunity for you to change your situation. So look at your finances in the middle of the week and look where you can tweak things a little bit just to make your life easier and to make you feel better about yourself. This could also be taking on another financial opportunity, whether it's making another investment or getting a part-time job, those kinds of things. But this is in relation to your basic financial life. So it's not about going out and spending money on something extravagant. It's about looking at the basis that your life operates on, which is money. The money makes the world go round, right? So the Knight of Swords for the weekend. I think we've had the Knight of Swords recently. I find it interesting when similar cards come up repeatedly because it means that we're stuck in a cycle of energy. So the Knight of Swords is an action card. When we see knights, these are action cards. It's forward movement, forward momentum. And swords is about perseverance and going forward and being headstrong. So the sword or the knight can be you. It can be an energy, or it can be someone in your life, because this is a general reading. We don't know for sure. So just pay attention to those types of really strong-willed, forward momentum type of people, or those types of feelings that you're feeling within yourself. This is I'm going regardless of who's behind me, and if it's right or wrong, I'm going for it. I'm going forward. I'm going forward. So when we look at this whole spread, there is a theme of feeling trapped and looking around at our lives and realizing where we're putting our own illusions up. And this whole week is about breaking out of that, which is a really good thing. So if you start to feel trapped throughout the week, just know that this is a forward movement towards or away from that feeling trapped type of energy. Whatever is making you trapped in your life, we can clear it out and we can get rid of it. And we do this by celebrating, by looking at our finances and making sure that our job is good, that we are feeling secure and foundation, like we have a strong foundation in our human life. So that is security, job, and money. And it can even be relationships too. If you have a strong bond with someone, making sure that that is good and strong will also help you through this time. And then also by the weekend, we have this forward movement, this push away from whatever's not serving us anymore. They were saying something else. I'm just trying to get it again. Oh yeah, this is a huge week with looking at your job. For a lot of us, this is in relation to job. So everything I said during this reading, apply it to how you feel about what you do for a living. If you love what you do for a living, this isn't necessarily about work then. It could be about another situation in your life because this is a general reading. We don't know for sure. It can't be the same for everyone, but it is a very similar theme. And so when we look at this week, a lot of us do feel trapped by our work. A lot of us work places for the money. We don't work there because we love it. And this is because we live on earth and we need to live in a house. We need to eat food. We are the only creatures on this planet who have to pay to survive. So we stay in these jobs that pay well because that's really important for a lot of us. But that being said, a lot of us do feel trapped in our jobs. And it feels like no matter what your situation is, no matter if you have children, a mortgage or not, everybody feels the same amount of stuck. It's I shouldn't speak for everybody. A lot of people that I have encountered in my life, it doesn't matter how complicated or not their life seems. Leaving a job that they are financially secure in, or leaving a job that they really don't like but is financially secure, is really difficult. And a lot of people do feel trapped. And it seems hard no matter what your situation is. So you are not trapped. You make a decision every single day when you get up and go to work in the morning, or when you get up and start your hobbies, or when you get up and you get your kids ready for school. You're making choices every single day along the path. And a lot of us like to give away our power in that and say that they have no choice, but you do. Maybe it's just time to make a different choice. So look at all of the aspects of your life and make sure that you are coming back to that place of celebration, being grateful for everything you have in your life, and also celebrating throughout the week so that you can have really high lifted spirits when you're looking at all of this stuff. So this will be a good week. I wish you nothing but the best. I hope that you have a fantastic week ahead filled with so much love and celebration and money and clarity as to your future steps forward. Thank you so much for watching. I so do appreciate it. If you have not already, please come by katiehunt.ca to subscribe for your chance to win a free Reiki session. Pull draws all the time. So I hope that you have a great week. Thank you so much for being here.